All right. Well, President Biden's approval rating is hitting a new low, 33%. And it is clear that the left has landed on what seems to be its only strategy for the November elections. This as inflation this week hitting 8.6%, and gas prices at a record high national average of $5 a gallon. Let's bring in our Saturday political panel to discuss. We welcome conservative political commentator Ian Haworth, who's with us, and famed Democrat strategist Doug Schoen. He's also the author of America, Unite or Die: How to Save Our Democracy. Doug, so this week, we saw the president again blast the GOP as being radical. We saw congressional Democrats try to keep the focus on Donald Trump. It seems that this is the strategy. Is there, you've run so many campaigns throughout your career. You've so many races. Is there a soft target here that they think that they can really move with this type of messaging that we're seeing?
I don't know if they think they can move numbers, but they are bereft of any other strategy. Put another way, having nothing that they can really tout about what they've done that is positive given the Quinnipiac numbers, they are falling back on attacking Trump. And my advice to the Republicans is talk about the future, move past January 6th, and ignore these attacks, because what's relevant to people is the impact on their lives of inflation, high gas prices, what they're seeing in grocery stores, not what happened a couple of years ago. I don't think it's going to work for the Democrats. I think we're looking at a historic blowout for the Republicans.
Ian, President Biden he did his first television interview on a major network in months. He went on Jimmy Kimmel Live to be accurate. He was asked about kind of why he hasn't quite caught on. This is what he had to say.
A lot of major things we've done, but what we haven't done is we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is, let me say another way.
He went on, Ian, to blame the media, the tooth fairy, for everybody else, for people not understanding that he's just done so much. Yesterday, he again blamed the ultra MAGA crowd at a policy event. Your comments on what appears to be what their strategy is, as Doug says.
Well, yeah, I think Doug is absolutely correct. But this has also been Biden's strategy for his entire career, which is to take credit for everything good in the world, regardless of how little he had to do with it, and blame everyone else for the outcomes of his own decisions. I think what's quite amazing is if you look at the reporting of all the problems that the Biden administration is having, they always talk about them as challenges that just came out of nowhere. It's like Biden is a passenger on this train. He's the one steering this train well off the tracks right now, and he's just on full-blown 100% of his strategy is to walk away as quickly as possible from everything that he's done wrong, because he knows that if he stands by any of the outcomes of his policies, he's going to lose in 2022 and likely in 2024 as well.
The political earthquake of the week, guys, San Francisco, people saying have had enough of the out-of-control crime, recalling Soros-backed District Attorney Chesa Boudin. Take a listen to who Boudin blamed for his loss.
I want to be very clear about what happened tonight. The right-wing billionaires outspent us 3-1. They exploited an environment in which people are appropriately upset.
It's an interesting theory, Doug. But more importantly, is this the start of a bigger trend, do you think?
Well, if it's the start of a bigger trend, which is Democrats losing, I'd say yes. Is it the start of a bigger trend of the Democrats blaming the far right? Apparently so. Unlikely to be successful, but it shows what happens when Democrats were, for so many years, irresponsible with the defund the police, no cash bail, no real enforcement of tough policies on crime, or misdemeanors and nonviolent felonies. It suggests that my party is sadly out of touch with the American people, and it's a harbinger of ill for what's coming, I believe, in November.
Yeah, Ian, real quick, Soros and Zuckerberg have spent tens of millions of dollars to drive these social justice, criminal justice reforms. Do you think that they're going to start taking more hits in more places because of what happened to Chesa Boudin?
I mean, absolutely. Chesa Boudin being voted out is an absolute warning sign. People need to realize just how insane you have to be for voters in San Francisco to reject you. Like, this is a bluer than blue district. We're not talking about a purple area where there's a bit of Republican versus Democrat debate. This is almost 100% Democrat. I think I was the only conservative there, and I left years ago. And so the fact that Chesa Boudin is too radical for the Democrats in one of the most radical cities in America will be sparking panic amongst, say, George Gascon in LA and other cities too.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Doug Schoen and Ian Haworth, always appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.